So I've been trying to clean out some room in the garage here. I got the JL moved out for the season, and I'm trying to clean out a spot here to put the Mach 1. So time to go get it out of the barn and see if it'll start. And are you ready, Dixie? I hope this thing starts. I know there's a whole bunch of guys that park these cars in the winter time and they sit for several months, and then when they come back out in the spring, the car won't start because the fuel pump, I guess, it gets all rusted up or gummed up inside or something. So all right, first thing we gotta do is move the Polaris out of the way. I actually need to do an update video on this thing. I've had it for a couple of years and I may be selling it pretty soon, but I know some guys were interested in these Polaris Rangers with a 570 engine in them. This is kind of the budget model, so maybe we'll do a video on that before too long. But for now, let's see if we can get this cover off and hopefully this thing will start again like it did a few weeks ago. Check it out, it looks like the tires even still have some air in them. This thing hasn't been moved since, gosh, around October of last year, I guess. That was our last car show, but so far so good. Gotta put the AM FM radio antenna back on. I had to take that off when I put the car cover on, so I'll stick that back on for the season. And when I get up to the garage, I'll snug it down with some pliers. All right, let's give it a whirl, see what happens. One of the other things I have to remember to do is put my new registration sticker on my license plate when I get up there to the house too. So here we go. Ooh, you could tell the battery was getting a little bit low, but she fired up. That is great news. Great news. All right, we might be in business here, Dixie. I'm gonna let it sit here and run for just a moment, and then we will try to back it out of here and get it up to the house. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna park this in the garage so I can work on it this week, because at the end of the car show season last year, I had some rhythmic, cyclic noise coming from the front end somewhere. I don't know if it's a wheel bearing finally going out on me or if it's brakes or what, but I'm gonna pull the front tires off and I'm gonna go through the front end and just make sure everything is safe before we start hitting these cruises and car shows, because obviously if you're out somewhere in Mexico trying to take down a Scat Pack, you want to make sure that everything is in good operational working order. So I'm gonna go through it and just make sure everything is up to snuff before the car show season begins. So all right, let's try to back it out of here and see if we can get it up to the garage. So it has become obvious that I have too much junk in my garage, and my son and I are gonna have to go through this stuff and clean it out so we can organize this thing a little better. But that gives us plenty of room to work. So now I can work on this thing here in the garage, and I don't have to worry about the weather because we got a little bit of snow coming in tonight. Man, this snow needs to go away. I'm ready for spring. So anyway, let's jerk a front wheel off and see what we got in here. So over here on this side, the wheel bearing, I checked it with the wheel on. It seemed like it was pretty tight. I think the noise, I think that's coming from the brakes. And if you look in there, you can see there's some pad left in there. But these things have been on for a long time. So what I might do is go ahead and take this caliper off, and I may just go ahead and do a brake job on this thing anyway, because even though they're not completely worn out, there's a little bit of warpage going on in there, I think. And again, they've just been on there for a long time. So these are actually Brembo calipers. These Mach 1s and Cobras had Brembo brakes on them, but back in those days, it wasn't such a big flashy deal. You know, they didn't make such a big deal of it. So you can actually buy these pretty reasonably. So I'll probably go on Rock Auto or something like that and just order a set and go ahead and do that. So I'll go ahead and take this caliper off and we'll check the pad on the other side. Okay, so I got this side off, and as you can see, the brake calipers and the pads are kind of dirty, and they look like they've got 135,000 miles on them. But not in bad shape. There's still a little bit of life left in those pads, but they're far enough along that I'm just, like I said, gonna go ahead and replace this stuff. So it's probably going to take me a week or so to get the stuff in, but I'm going to go ahead and pop these out and place an order today, and then maybe next weekend we'll put it back together. Well, like I said, as far as the wheel bearing goes, it's not making any noise at all, so at least on this side, I think it's in pretty good shape. No noise whatsoever, and it seems real good and tight, so I think we'll just do brakes and not wheel bearings on this side. Let's go check the other side. So everything that I had ever read said that these cars came with Brembos, and that's what I've been talking about in this video, but the calipers are marked PBR, made in Australia. So I guess this is pretty much the standard stuff that you get on Mustangs. The difference with the Mach 1 apparently is just that the rotors are larger. These are 13-inch discs, and you got, you know, larger setup here for the Mach 1 and the Cobra, but they're not necessarily a different brand, so my bad on that. But the brake pads on this side were in the same kind of condition. I mean, there's some pad left, obviously, but they're getting kind of low. So same deal, and it's good to see that both sides are wearing evenly. That's a good thing. The inside and the outside pad were wearing evenly. So at least we know that the calipers are not sticking and hanging up on me. So good to go. And then the wheel bearing on this side is pretty quiet too. So looks like I'm going to escape without doing wheel bearings on either side this time. Just going to do a brake upgrade. So we'll come back when I get the parts and put this thing back together. Talk to you guys later. Where'd you go, Dixie? So check it out, guys. We got some boxes in the mail. rockauto.com. They said it was going to take a week to get this stuff, but I've already got most of it in just 2 days. The only thing I'm waiting on, I think, are the new wheel bearings. I think I've got all the brake parts in this box. I got the socket, the 36mm socket that I need to take the hub off with in that box. And then I think that one has the hardware for the new brake kit. So I'm going to open these up and check and make sure I got the right parts, but all I'm waiting on is the wheel bearings. So maybe they'll show up today and then I can put this thing back together again. Yeah, this is really cool. So this hardware package, see, it's got those new clips in there. Remember, I broke one of those? So I'm glad I went ahead and ordered this hardware kit, because I got 2 new clips, as well as those clips, and 2 new pins to put the brake calipers back on with. Awesome. Oh, and by the way, I did go ahead and pick up some new spindle nuts. These things get torqued to like 250 foot-pounds, so you can see they've got a kind of a strange shape there. So these things, you lock them on and you put the proper torque on them. I thought it'd be a good idea, you know, to go ahead and get those. Now these things were like $5 each at O'Reilly Auto Parts, and I don't know why they were so cheap, because everywhere I looked online they were like 20 bucks a piece. So I don't know, that's one of the rare times when the auto parts store had a good price on stuff. Let's see what else is in there. Yeah, so I got that 36mm socket. Boy, that's a big socket. So that should get those spindle nuts right off. In fact, yeah, looks like it's gonna work just perfect. Cool. And then, well, those are some big boy rotors. These things are huge. They look like something you'd see on like a 3/4 ton truck. These are the big 13-inch. Oh, by the way, so I figured out what's going on with those. I remember I was talking about Brembos. The rotors on the Mach 1 and the Cobra were Brembo, but the calipers were not. They were the PBR. So that is correct. That's what the car should have come with from the factory. So anyway, you can see the power stop rotors. Those pads are the extreme pads. These are supposed to give you a little bit better braking performance. You know, I don't drive this car all the time, just in the warm weather. You know, the summertime pretty much I drive it to work and car shows, cruises, things like that. So I figured these might give it a little bit better braking power. I like those rotors, man. Those things look cool. And they got that finish on them. It's supposed to stay looking nice, so that'll be a pretty good upgrade. So pretty much I got everything I need to do this. I'm just waiting on the wheel bearings. So that's kind of holding up this project, but hopefully they'll be here sooner or later, and then I can put this thing back together because I'm kind of anxious to drive it again. All right, guys, so I'm a little bit out of breath here because I've been fighting with this spindle nut. Now, these spindle nuts, from what I have read, are torqued down to about 250 foot-pounds. So I use this 24-inch breaker bar here with a 36mm socket on it. And I weigh about 230 pounds, and I still had to wrestle with it, but I finally got it broke free. So, goodness gracious, it's a lot of torque. So I'm going to get this off here, and then when I put the new one back on, I'll probably try and find a torque wrench so I can get it to the proper spec. So we'll see how that goes in just a minute, but go ahead and take this hub off here now. All right, so this new Timken bearing I got, by the way, this thing was, there's the number on it, if I can get the camera to focus. This thing was like $38. And the factory one was $98. And when I was looking at the pictures close up, they were the exact same thing. So, you know, Timken obviously makes good stuff. I saved a bunch of money by going with this one, but looks exactly the same. So now I just got to clean this up, put a little wheel bearing grease on here, and then we'll stick it back together. Goodness, so I'm not going to keep boring you guys, but there's the passenger side. Looks pretty cool. If I had more time, I probably should have cleaned this up. It would have been cool to put some high temp paint on this caliper, make it look kind of neat. Maybe I'll do that this summer, but got to finish buttoning all this back together, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. We'll give it a road test later on, but it wasn't too bad of a job, actually. So thanks for watching, guys.